See, at 18 years old, I stepped on the campus of Boston College. And at 18 years old, I opened my dorm room one night. And at 18 years old, I saw a pile of cocaine. And at 18 years old, I was offered one line. And at 18 years old, I promised myself that that one line would be a one-time deal. I wish they told me that one line could last 14 years. I wish they told me that one line would get me expelled from Boston College 4 months later. See, at 22 years old, I reached my dream. I became the poster, the Celtic on the wall. But at 22 years old, I was introduced to this thing they called OxyContin. And at 22 years old, they told me it was 40 milligrams, and they told me it cost $20. I wish they told me that that $20 was going to turn to $25,000 a month drug habit. I wish they told me that that 40 milligram pill would eventually turn to 1,600 milligrams a day. I wish they told me that that little yellow pill in the palm of my hand 2 years later would turn into a syringe. And that syringe would stay in my arm for the next 8 years. I wish they told me that that syringe would make me spend every last dime I ever made playing basketball. I wish they told me that it would break my family's heart, make me sleep on the street, bring me to the brink of death, and cause me to attempt suicide.
It's an interesting question as to if all the information we've learned about adults and how their brains respond to alcohol and drugs, if that applies in the same way to kids and to teenagers. And there's increasing awareness that we probably cannot apply all that information to adolescents. And this is because the adolescent brain is still developing. It's not all done and fixed yet. It's kind of a moving target because there's a number of different processes that are still going on in the brain throughout the adolescent years, even into the 20s.
Our son had a chronic progressive disease.
I didn't realize he was sick.
Until he died of a heroin overdose.
Last year, over 2,200 people died from an overdose in New York State, and an additional 37,000 received emergency care due to an overdose. We need to talk about this now. For further information, please go to our website, drugcrisisinourbackyard.org.
More than 250 people are learning about new trends today in drug and alcohol use. The event, called High in Plain Sight, was put on this morning by the Tippecanoe Child Abuse Prevention Council as part of its Child Abuse Prevention Month. National speaker and retired police officer Jermaine Galloway presented information about drugs and alcohol that was new to a lot of people there. Galloway says workshops like these help parents and the community understand the changing landscape of drugs and alcohol.
In a lot of cases, some parents aren't very well aware or might have a little bit of knowledge in something, but not really a true understanding of it or the level of availability of it too.